Hey everybody, so now what we're going to be doing is the first step of the Saiga conversion to an AK-47, and we're going to be removing a bunch of the parts and essentially disassembling the rifle. As you can see, this part of it looks very much like an AK-47, but you have things like this and this that don't, and obviously you have the trigger pulled back so you can have a rifle-style grip. The general idea is, it seems, that if a rifle looks like in the movies, or if it looks like something people have seen on the news, it should be made illegal. So to circumvent this, for importation, they make it look a bit less scary. So the first thing you're going to want to do is, I actually have some goodies on this already, but I'm going to remove right here the rail. You probably wouldn't have that on it anyway, but I left it on. Next, I'm going to actually, not sure if you can see, but remove this top cover, the dust cover, by pushing in that spring and just removing it, placing it right there. Next step, and again, I'm sorry I don't have a gun vise or anything, so this will all be done by hand, is you push this spring until it clips out, and then just very safely, because it is a spring, just pull it out, place that down. Next you have the safety. I always leave it on safe. Don't worry, I actually did check to make sure the gun was unloaded beforehand. But I'm going to pull that trigger all the way down, and then just pull out the bolt and the bolt carrier and the gas piston out as well. You can see inside here actually that you have the trigger and everything. And one of the reasons people complain so much about the Saiga is that, as you can see, the trigger is right here, but the hammer's up there, so you actually have a set of pivots and everything there, which makes it a very long, crappy throw. So now that I've done that, I'm going to place it down, and we're going to want to remove the handguard and the stock. The stock's actually very simple. There's one bolt down here, or one screw down here. Just unscrew that. A little snap-on ratcheting screwdriver makes this so much less of a hassle. You have a second one right there. They might be there, a little bit tighter, just because it is a self-tapping screw inside of plastic, so you might need to give it a little bit of a push. And then the last one goes out. And we're also going to want to remove this screw right here to remove the stock handguard. So just place it right there. And drop that little baby down. So you now have 3 screws, and then a 4th one for the handguard right there. To remove the handguard, you just pull it off. Again, it might be on there very tight. I've seen some that are on there, almost like they're welded on. If that's the case, just put a little screwdriver in there and just very gently weasel it out. So that's there. Saiga so far. And now you want to remove the actual stock. For this, it's actually normally on there very hard. So what I normally like to do, and some people use a hammer, but screw that. I like putting a little screwdriver in here and just, again, weaseling it out a little bit. For the most part, most of you guys are never going to use this stock, because that's, that's after all one of the reasons that we're even doing this, is to get rid of that stupid rifle grip stock. So just pull that off. And that is the stock. Do whatever you want with it. These are the actual guts, essentially, of the AK-47 we're going to be keeping. But in fact, we're going to be removing everything in here and changing that as well. So the receiver is mainly what we want to keep, as well as the barrel and most often the gas tube. So now that we've done that, I'm going to end the video. In the next video, we're going to be talking about how to get all of the trigger group outside and take it apart completely so that we can paint it and all of that. See you next time.